Welcome to another episode of Buckets and Breakdowns. I'm here with a friend of mine, very good player, high IQ point guard. Man, we shared some of the same views on the game out here in Atlanta, Georgia, but also we were also a part of a memorable game, man. Kobe Bryant's last game, which he was on the floor and I was behind the bench. Also a very good college player as well. Had a very interesting journey. Shelvin, Mack, welcome to Buckets and Breakdowns.
Hey man, what's up, man? I appreciate you having me. No, I love to come on your platform. But one thing is throwing me off right now. Is this you right here on this Buckets and Breakdown in this bottom right corner? Is that right now?
Yeah, that's me. That was before the hair went bald.
That was before you had the Kobe Game 6 haircut?
Yeah, when I had the half, it wasn't even a full one. This is like the half on the haircut.
Nah, man. Appreciate you having me on your show, man.
No, I appreciate it, man. I like the setup. You got to think positive back there. I got to get some of that ambient light. What's going on? Baller's Life. We need to send that over here. But this is the legend, Kobe. We got to have him up there.
Great.
Yes, sir, man. So I just want to talk about your journey, man, your game, some of the things that you've been through, some of the stuff that you learned along the way, and whatever we can use to help influence the next group of hoopers, anybody that just loves the game, fans of yours, and just give them that insight, man. That's why I love doing this. The good folks at Baller's Life have provided the platform. Let's get to it, man. So you from Lexington, Kentucky, man. What's that scene like, man? It was a heavy influence with Kentucky, UK, man. What's that like?
No, growing up, it was very heavily influenced with UK basketball. That's when it's in the prime time when you had Rick Pitino. You also had Tubby Smith. So Tony Delk, I look up with Tony Delk to this day. You had Derek Anderson, Watson McCarty, Ron Mercer, all of those guys coming through at that age. And then when I got in high school, you still had a squad with Tubby. But Keith Bogans, Nazi Muhammad, Tayshaun Prince. So, growing up in Kentucky, it's a straight basketball all day. And the crazy part is, I don't think any other state does it right now. But Kentucky's only one state champion. It's not like 6A, 4A, 5A.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's one. So it's real basketball up there in Kentucky. The talent might not be there, but the passion and everything else there is A1.
Now, I know there's a couple guys that have came from Kentucky, but Louisville, I know D'Angelo Russell's from out there. I know Rajon Rondo's from out there. And Derek Anderson, if I'm not mistaken. That's as far as I know. Who are also some homebred guys?
Yeah, you got Allen Houston.
Oh, Allen Houston, okay.
My class coming up in high school, we also got Darius Miller. That's one of my close friends. We had you together.
Okay, yeah.
About 6 to 8 years in the league.
Shooter.
Also, you got a lot of different players. Now I'm kind of getting distracted for everybody. I don't realize I keep looking to the side. I got kids going on. I got kids right now.
Hey, man, that's the full-time job. That's the full-time job. You know that. Respect the fathers, and fatherhood. That's all good.
We currently growing, over the course of over the years, Kentucky basketball is blowing up. Like you said, D'Angelo. Keelan Martin right now with the Pacers. He also went to Butler from Louisville. So we slowly kind of getting it, making it on our way.
So who are some of the guys you played with in AAU?
So in AAU, I played in Cincinnati. We didn't really have a big team here in Kentucky. So I played for the D1 Greyhounds. We had OJ was the man in high school. Then also Bill Walker. At one point in time, I thought Bill was better than OJ. The stuff I used to see this guy do in practice, dunking on people, like all of those kind of things before he tore his ACL.
I remember that.
Yeah. So played in Cincinnati, got a lot of exposure. Going to ABCD camp. I never went, but just being on that circuit with those players, I was able to get seen. And luckily I got a scholarship to Butler.
How did that come about, man?
It was weird. I never heard of Butler until they started recruiting me. And then the guy actually who recruited me, once I committed to Butler, he left and went to Ohio State. And at the same time, I was blowing up. In Kentucky, I was doing my thing in high school. In the high school season, averaging like 24, 8, and 8. So I had all the SEC.
Oh.
Yeah, so I committed early, but I had all the SEC schools calling me. So I was trying to figure out what I was going to do. But overall, Butler was like the best chance for me to play right away. I had to sit on the bench, wait for somebody to leave. I just wanted to get to it right away.
Mm-hmm. How much time did you spend there? You left after your junior year, right?
Yeah, I did 3 years at Butler. Back-to-back national championship, lost in the title game. It wasn't nothing else I could do. I don't understand why I'm going back to school.
Yeah, we got to talk about that, man. Obviously, Brad Stevens, one of the best young minds the NBA has seen, and even as a college coach, you can see his brilliance as well. What were some of the things that you picked up early from him, and what do you think made him so special as a coach?
I think he's a great coach because he has the concept that we have is like KISS, keep it simple, stupid. Everything we did was very simple and right to the point. I know a lot of guys had practice in college for about 3 or 4 hours. Like we had an NBA style practice. We practiced every day for about 45 minutes. It was at 6:15 in the morning. So you had a discipline to get up every single day. I was late the very first day, one at a time. So but it just built you into a routine, and it's kept everything simple. Whether you make the extra pass every play, whether the scouting report is not going to be. Some people give you a scouting report, it might be a book full of information. I'm gonna give you one sheet with everybody on it. It's what they do. It's what they do well, and he simplified the game for me.
Yeah, I find that just as a coach. When I get a chance to do a scout and present to the team, I try to keep things really simple, in the sense of, personnel, what guys do, shooter, driver, crasher, 3-level scorer, drives right, shoots left. Just remember the basics. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that's one of the keys, especially with younger players, is you don't want to, as a coach, I don't want to get used to hearing myself speak, and it's not about me. It's about the information getting to you so you can apply so we can win this damn game. Remember what we're trying to do.
I got you. On Buckets and Breakdown, what's my scouting report? I love to ask people this stuff all the time.
Hey, so with Shelvin, to me, I don't think you got to – I think we got to give you different stuff on the menu defensively. If you get a steady diet of what we doing in the pick and roll per se – you're going to pick it apart. Every now and then we might just trap you. Every now and then we might hedge. Maybe after a timeout we might just, be in a plug, you know what I mean, which is at the level of the screen and going with the roll, get over, contest late. So I know you reading that third guy on that tag man and seeing how far he engaging off the roll, and then you play off of that. You playing off of the big being back. I mean, you're a dynamic player, man, and you know how to make guys better around you as well, knowing when it's time for you to eat. So, I would just give you a different look every time.
Hey, man, that ain't what y'all do. I don't know why you would do that. It don't make sense. I give you the scout report on me.
But make you go left, finish left?
Make you go left. But I'm a pro, and I perfected it how to get back to my right. So
I already know. I was going a little too far, but I already know. Make you go left. We gonna see you left, but
I'm an unselfish player. I just throw it to the short bro every time, man.
Hey, but see, this is what you do. I know what you do. So if you got a popping big, you're gonna hit him with that behind the back, and then you're gonna follow. And then get it on a handoff and get back to your right. That's or a snake. All right, my bad.
No.
So man, when you at Butler, man, I mean, you guys had such a Cinderella story twice, man. Mid majors, knocking out big time teams. You got all the way to the championship. You lost to Duke the first year.
We lost to Duke the first year. Crazy thing is we lost in Indianapolis. That's where Butler's at. It's Indianapolis. So
at home.
Yeah, at home. About 5 miles from campus. That's where we lost.
Oh Man.
Yeah, I'm still mad at Coach Stevens to this day about this.
Oh man, what happened?
Championship Monday, he made us go to class. I know we student athletes and everything. I think that was a distraction. Now, actually, one of my teammates said that was a distraction. That's why we lost.
Like going to class, take notes.
Yeah, not exactly, but yeah, it was 6 miles from campus. Something you never feel again. I didn't play on the USA team. I didn't play overseas. Played in the NBA Eastern Conference Finals. This is never a feeling you're gonna get playing in front of 70,000 people again. This is not gonna happen, and it's gonna be a while before it happens again. Dealing with the COVID situation, that people can kind of experience that and feel that.
Mm-hmm. What's that environment like? What's that feeling? Championship day. The crowd, layup line. The scout. What does that feel like when you run out and you see all those, people there supporting and even not supporting?
Yeah. It's, to me, it's a big blur. I look back on it, and I kind of understand the same things Coach Stevens was doing. So I say keep it simple. It's like if it's any other Monday, we'll go to class. And actually, I think it was the point. It's a weird dynamic with that because also the game is at 9:15 at night. People don't realize that you never play that late at night, so you got all day coming from Saturday just thinking about the game, like your life. I'm overthinking about one shining moment. I gotta make sure I got my pose together or whatever I want to be. Everybody know that when that one shining moment song come on. But it's just a big blur. I think when we get together, we kind of remember stuff. I got a lot of video. I remember a lot of different things besides the actual game. I actually never watched the game, honestly.
Yeah, I can understand that. But I remember watching you guys, and you guys just look like you guys were just on the same page at all times. They knew where your shots were coming. You knew when to pass you the ball. You knew how to get your teammates the ball when they needed it. And then you knew when, just the offense. Like you guys just executed really well.
Yeah. I think we got a great team that everyone understood they wrote. I think it's very hard to find in today's age. Everybody trying to make it to the league. But on that team, I think me, Gordon, and Matt Howard are the only people to play professionally after that. It's not saying those guys can't play professionally. They didn't want to play professionally. So they was like, here go the opportunity, like do your thing so you can get to that money, get to that chicken. And I don't think that happens a lot of times at different universities. And that's what makes it so special.
Right. As you see Gordon Hayward, he's still out there hooping, doing his thing. I remember in the G League, we actually played against Matt Howard a few times. I think he was in Fort Wayne, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
He was a hooper, man. But what made Gordon so special? And as far as being a teammate of his, and being in a line of fire, and just going out there and hooping every day, going to war together.
Yeah, I think what made him special is us coming from a mid-major. we are usually smaller than everyone else. So he played a 4 a lot. People don't realize that. He's 6'8". He played a 4. Matt played a 5. It's also on the side. So he just always had that mismatch problem. As you can see today, they kind of put him a lot at the 4 now. It's like either he's going to be too big or too fast for whoever you got guarding. He's always become a mismatch problem. And he puts the work in every single day. I seen him come in the gym and just consistently just lay a brick, then another brick, then another brick, and then he become a max player. That's what happened.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you first got there, Butler, I mean, obviously your first year you guys took a tough loss, but had a great journey, man, getting to the championship. Second year, same group, same thing. When did you realize that you had a chance to be an NBA player and that your dream of being an NBA player was going to come true?
All right. So I went to school for 3 years. So the first year, we played in Horizon League the whole time. It wasn't a Big East, in which currently Butler is playing in. So my first year, I think we won probably like 20, 25 games in a row. Then we went to the tournament. We played your boys down there and from LSU.
Okay.
Marcus Thornton gave us the blues, boy. When I tell you the blues, the blues.
That boy can score, man. He can score.
So we played well. Me and Gordon played well, and we was able to do our thing. But then that summer, I got a call from the USA team. They wanted me to come play on the USA team, the U19 team. And me and Gordon both, we went there. Obviously, did all the Nike camps. LeBron, Darren Williams, we did all that when you're in college. But doing the USA experience is when we playing against like Evan Turner, everybody else is when you get on Google, look at the thing, like in the mock draft, they there.
Mm-hmm.
We see these guys every single day, but we smacking them by 20 in practice. No one else see it, but we smacking them by 20 every single day in practice. And that gave me like the confidence is like, I think I got a chance. If he going top 10, I think I got a chance. I ain't that bad. You know what I mean?
Right.
It kind of gave me the confidence to keep going and keep pushing. And went back to school, is able to like work on my game, know what I need to work on, need to work on my body, need to work on my turnover ratio. And I was able to put everything together. And then having Coach Stevens, we was able to match it all up. And it went back. It's just a story.
Yeah, because like I'm always curious, like, it's the dream. Everybody really wants to go to the NBA. Like, that's the dream, right? Like when you hooping, you think about playing in the league, right? You're going to college is definitely a privilege. It's a blessing to be able to play on that stage, and get your education. But you're also thinking, man, I'm trying to get to that league. So like, it's always interesting to me, like what's going through people's mindset when he's like, oh snap, like I might have a chance. Like if he going here, I should be. So when that moment happens, right, you got drafted in the second round to the Wizards. What pick were you?
I went 34.
34. What was draft day like, man? Did you expect to go higher, lower? What'd you think?
Nah, I got a great agent. I knew I was around between like the 24 and 36 range.
Mm-hmm.
They penalize you for being in school for 3 years instead of being young and get up out of there. It's like, I'm winning. What you want me to do? I don't know what you want me to do.
Right.
But I kind of knew where I was at, and then I kind of start understanding the business as I enter the draft. So it was actually best for me to go 34 instead of going 28 because me going 34 is an opportunity for me to play right away. Like late in the first round between 26 and 30, you want to playoff teams. Like, you ain't going to play. Like, what you talking about? You sitting on the bench. You going down there and work on your game.
Right.
So I kind of ended up in the right situation. But that day was very surreal. It's something you always dream of. I think it's one of the few times I cried. I was just proud of myself. A lot of people get mad when I say like, you should be proud of yourself. Like I want to thank this person. I want to thank myself. Like I put a lot of work in. Not saying a lot of people didn't help me, but
you was in there every day.
It's a journey by yourself. Along with the help.
Right. Yeah, right. So when you get to the league, you drafted, you're in that environment, you're in the practice facilities. What was that first practice like, man? What was like you in there like, oh snap.
Yeah, so we can go different ways with this story.
Okay.
We want the bad or you want the good?
Man, I want both.
What do you want first though?
We can start bad.
All right, the bad part of where I was drafted at, we started off 0-18. So I was probably on the worst Wizards team ever put together.
Oh, damn.
In life.
Damn.
Like I don't think you can put this team together on 2K. This team was bad. It just didn't mix.
Why was it bad, man?
Just the players in their time in their career just didn't mix at all.
I got you.
You want to hear the starting lineup?
Go ahead, hit me with the lineup.
All right, so we had John, my homeboy. I'm cool with all these guys, but the team was just bad. So I got John at the 1.
Okay.
Jordan Crawford at the 2.
Hey, shout out to JC, man. He gets some buckets though, but go ahead.
He get buckets.
He give him up too or what?
All right. Yeah, the 3 was Nick Young, who gets buckets as well.
Not enough basketballs already.
Then we got Andre Blatch at the 4.
I love Dre Blatch though. He nice. I always like his game.
Hey, he need to rock too.
Yeah, he got to be the hub. He got to, I got you.
And then we had a young JaVale. JaVale been balling late. I'm glad that he's like overcome all that stuff. But we had JaVale at that time when he was just on Shocking the Fool, doing crazy stuff, all that stuff. Like it was just I don't know what was going on. So that was my rookie year. That's what I was. I went 18. Yeah, and it was the lockout year. It was like when you play back to back to back to back.
Damn.
Yeah. So it's like that's all that was right there.
But so okay, that was the bad part. So what was the good that came out of that? You got to play more.
I got to play more, but I also was able to be around some cool vets. Roger Mason is one.
Okay, shout out.
And then Rashad Lewis.
Okay.
No, Rashad Lewis is a 2nd round draft pick also. But at that time, he was the 2nd highest paid player in the NBA. So he like, yeah.
Shout out Rashad. I'm trying to get him on too. I need him on buckets.
Big bag.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out 3-headed monsters.
Yeah. So he was able to like show me like, hey, don't worry about this. Keep grinding. Like I was in your same situation. Just keep working. Things may happen and may not, but it's the kind of the way you do it. He was a straight pro, even though he wasn't playing. Because that's when they kind of started the transition and like the young guys play, not someone who's solid, like 2nd highest player in the league. He should be playing, but it's the young dudes and still being professional and show up to work every day, still getting his work in. So that was a blessing in that, is that I was able to see him instead of getting caught up with all the other stuff that was going on.
That's what's up. So, sometimes when guys come into the league, it's a little bit of an adjustment. Was there anything that you seen within your game that you needed to improve immediately? And then how did you go about, improving that?
Now, so what I learned within the first year, I got cut the 2nd year. So what I learned in the first year is I got drafted being who I am, right? So, even though I'm only playing probably 10, 12 minutes, I'm over like, damn, what I'm doing wrong? I gotta play like him playing. Like, nah, that ain't what it is. I ain't playing because I'm behind my boy John. He number 1 pick. What we talking about? He gonna play.
Right.
I don't care what you doing. He's still gonna play. So I don't understand that business aspect of it. So what I learned over there is like I'm never gonna be as fast or athletic as him. I just gotta be great at what I do. And that's when I continue being great at what I do, whether it's shooting floaters, making the right decision, being a great teammate. It's like being great at the things that I can control.
I hear that.
Yeah,
I hear that. And sometimes I think that understanding that right away, the sooner you can understand that, I feel like that's when your career takes off. You got to understand how you can fit in on a team, what's going to give you longevity, but there's also things that fundamentally that everybody got to do. We talked about this on the phone the other day. You still got to be able to play some type of defense, team defense, rotate, right? Have your teammates back. You still got to talk. But then on the other end, that's what, you still got to make the open ones.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm gonna shoot like Kyle Korver.
Yeah,
But don't leave me open now.
Yeah, exactly. Make the open ones. And then, just playing team basketball. So I seen, just looking at your career that you mentioned you got cut. You had to go to the G League a little bit. Sometimes you got to take a couple steps back to take some more steps forward. Talk about that whole process and what was going through your mind during that time.
Oh, yeah. So it's tough. So it might have been the second time I cried when I got cut. It's like, all right. It's the only job I ever had. You got to think. Coming up from Kentucky, being the best basketball player around, never heard nobody say you're not good enough. None of those things. Going to 2 national championships, like, hey, man, we like what you did in college, but right now, this ain't it. Like, you kind of got to humble yourself, get yourself together. But in the course of the thing is to stay consistent. I knew what I did wrong. I knew I needed to work on. I was trying to be someone else who I wasn't. Just be the best version of me.
What would you break your game down to? Like, I know how I see your game, but how do you see your game?
Me personally, one of the people I model my game after of, and I talked to a lot when I was going through the whole process, is Chauncey Billups.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's one of the like we bigger guards.
Yep.
We
Hit
can
big
dunk it every
shots.
once in a while.
I don't know about that.
Right.
He definitely can hit big shots for sure. I've
Right.
seen that multiple times. I'm just messing with you.
You know, I know back in his day, his Colorado highlights, he was up there. I wasn't up there like at a Butler at all. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, but efficient though.
Yeah,
I think that's the key.
efficient, consistent, and then him being cut from the Celtics, going to the Timberwolves, like the whole thing, a whole journey. He was one person I was able to lean on throughout my whole process.
Mm-hmm. That's what's up, man. What kind of like advice? What kind of things did you pull from him?
Just staying consistent.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people tell you Rome wasn't built in a day.
Right.
Lay a brick every day. One thing I learned, in Atlanta with Coach Bud, the San Antonio thing, you might have heard about it, is a vitamin. Take your vitamin every day. And a vitamin might be just working on your body or just shooting 10 free throws, just working on something every single day. And then at the end of the year, you might be 90%. We don't know. But at least you put the work in for it and you feel confident about it when the situation comes up.
Right. Daily vitamins. That's a key part in the development. I think, I think everybody has something that they need to get better at, and they got to chip at it every day. Whether it's finishing at the rim, ball handling, passing, whatever it may be, watching film. And I do think it's just like chipping away every day. I'm working with a lot of young players, whether it's a pre-draft process, whether it's, coaching. And I tell you, we're going to do ball handling every day. We're going to work on finishing every day. We're going to work on fundamentals every day, passing every day. And you're going to get a lot of shots, and
that's the thing I try to teach young dudes is it's hard to do it because you're doing the same thing. Don't get bored with it. Like, use your imagination, get creative with it. It's like, all right, we got 10 layups. I'm going to make 10 layups above the square.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try something different. Like, have fun with the game. I don't think people are having a lot of fun with it right now.
Right. Hey, that's a good point. The business side take away a little bit of the fun, maybe. I don't know. But you can see the guys that are having fun, man. I watch it every day. I see Ja Morant and them boys. They look like they're having a lot of fun.
Yeah. and it's only one max play on there. So we're talking about business or they having fun. They all going to get their money, but they doing their thing out there.
Word. So, is there anything that you would say that you learned, let's say like pick and roll? I always admire your decision making in pick and roll, right? Where did you learn that? And is there anybody that you pull from or you study to be good in pick and roll situations?
So truthfully, when I signed some 10 days in Atlanta for the Hawks, I was with Kenny Atkinson. I think Kenny Atkinson, former coach of the Brooklyn Nets. I think he's assistant coach with the Warriors right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's one of the best player development coaches, out there, right? Like this out there. Like we literally worked on it every single day. We did a lot of scenarios when it'd be 2-on-5. So it's me in the big and somebody might be in the corner. You just got to make a decision. He's doing it over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
I think that helped out a lot in my development with the pick and roll. But then also understand who I am. It's only a few things I can do. It's only a few situations I can do certain stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Being a backup point guard, me coming off the pick and roll trying to split it. If I turn that thing over, I'm coming out.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be very fundamentally saying I might reverse pivot or pick the ball up, so I'm not causing a lot of turns. So I understand my role is and what I'm capable of doing. I think that's a thing that a lot of players got to understand. And it's just once you do it so much, it becomes natural. If somebody going to need, if I hit 2-3 jumpers already, I feeling good, I'm gonna let that thing go. But if I ain't hitting none, I'm gonna be a little bit more patient and just see what happens.
Yeah. So one thing I admire about you is, we in Atlanta in the summers all the time in the same gyms, whether we working together or you hooping and I'm in the gym, I see what you do. But one thing I admire about you is pace and how you use your body and continue to play with your eyes up. Talk about that part and how important it is to have pace and using your leverage and your body to create opportunities in pick and roll.
Now it's very important. That's one of the lessons I learned. Like I said earlier, I'm not fast as John. I can't move at his pace. I can move at my pace. And my pace is only gonna be when I'm dribbling the ball. You know, a lot of times somebody ball pressure, trying to force you to speed up. I tell people all the time, like, if I got a ball to pick me up, I was like, hey, bro, you ain't gonna steal this mug, but I might throw a bad pass because I'm just moving at my pace.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm moving at my pace. Only way I'm able to move at my pace because I did the homework of studying the plays. I take the time and practice the pump fake and throw it here. So I understand the timing and all that, and it's calculated in my head. So I'm able to move at certain things. Like, all right, he ain't gonna sprint to the corner; he gonna slide to the corner. It's like all these different factors that I'm thinking about when I'm going through a simple warm-up drill and practice. When you gotta make 12 shots, somebody slide to the corner. I can see how someone's sliding and how someone's running. Mm-hmm. And I also take the time to understand I can throw the ball on the seams or I got to throw it the right way because I want to assist out of the play.
So break that down. Hold on, break that down right there. That's a key. That's a real key right there. The seams of the pass. I was a shooter. Me personally. You could do all the pick and roll. They tag. I'm waiting for the shot. You know me.
You need it in the seams in your shot pocket, or you can catch it anywhere.
Honestly, I could catch it anywhere because I'm gonna find the seams anyway. But if you throwing it in the seams,
you got the ball and rotate it yourself.
Yes, and if I can't shoot it at my pace, then I'm gonna drive or make the next pass. But if you give it to me in the seams already, bro, that is a shooter's delight right there.
Oh yeah, I'm a point guard. I want to get assists. I ain't trying to throw it to you for you to miss the thing. Like that ain't what I'm doing right now.
Right.
I want the coaches. I want coaches to get the book, get the thing. Like, all right, Shelvin got 12 assists. We need to leave him out there. I need that.
Right.
I can't throw you no bad passes.
Right. So that I think that's the key, man. It was one time we were in the gym, and I want to say we were doing 3-on-3 when we had Denny Avidia in there and Teo Maladon and those guys was playing. It was a pin down. And I think you said if I give you a look, if I bounce past it, that means curl.
I know you don't budget to break that.
Come on, that's an easy one. Come on, these are the keys to the game.
So is it that's very simple. As a point guard, like learning, seeing what's going on. I'm at the top. A lot of times you're coming off a pin down. You can't really see your defender. You don't know if he's shooting a gap. You got to be like elite, like Ray Allen, Cal Korver. Mm-hmm. But they elite, but majority of the time ain't nobody shooting the gap, so they know exactly what they're getting every single time.
Right.
Like you shoot the gap, and you come sit down with me. Like what you doing?
Right. You can't do that. Pop back.
So I can tell by the ball pressure if my dude can help on the bounce pass or not. And I can look at your dude. If your dude's trailing you and my dude is hugged up on me, I'll bounce it to you so you can just keep on going and curling. But if your dude shoots the gap, I'm gonna throw it quick because bounce pass is slower. I'm gonna throw you a chest pass so you can catch and shoot because he went underneath the screen.
Right.
But a lot of people can't figure that out because they either run it looking at the wing guard now, or they ain't looking at the ball. They don't know what's going on.
Hey, go ahead, bro. Because I'm gonna be real with you, Shelvin. Like, if there is one action as a player that I feel like you couldn't stop me in, it's in a pin down situation. And I'm gonna tell you why. I grew up, my pops, played for the Lakers. He came off a lot of pin downs. I went to a lot of basketball camps. And he broke all that down all the time. Then he went to Indiana where he played with Reggie Miller. And I just understood pin downs where you go over, I can just pop back. Even if you meet me on, I pop back one dribble. They don't shoot the leaner no more, but Reggie used to take the little leaner shot. You know what I'm saying? But
let's see that form again. Let's see
that. but the game is so much easier. If you look at a lot of the elite two guards, when they have a IQ an elite IQ PG like yourself. So if we in practice, you like T, if it's a bounce pass, just curl that thing.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Now I'm not worried about my man behind me. I
Nah.
just got to worry about the setup and having my hands ready. And if I make one or two, hey, we gonna run it again.
I was gonna say, hey, man, you looking at the thing. So that's what it came into. What it came down to. You looking at him, I'm throwing you the ball, that shit didn't hit the big's leg. I got a turnover, now I'm coming out the game. Hey.
And it was his fault. It was my fault.
Yeah. Coach saying it's my fault. Hey, I don't got the money they making or whatever. Hey. Come sit down. So you come over and tell him, hey, I see everything that's going on. I can see the big, I see your man or whatever. I'm gonna lead you to wherever you need to go. Just trust me.
Right.
And I want you to shoot it. I don't want you to pass it back to me. Because I didn't play with some people. I know how to throw it messed up, man. Like, oh, yeah, I'm open. I know how to do that. I want you to eat. Do your thing right now.
So that's all it is. I'm going to catch, shoot it. I'm not going to rush it. I could curl it. Now, one thing I would do, or I like to see, or I even teach this, is when you curl, boom, you can take the dribble, take the bump. Because sometimes that big setting the screen, he got to eat too, man. You know what I'm saying? Take that bump. Engage the big, drop it off. If you playing with an elite big, an easy dunk.
But so the thing is, you're talking about like a floppy action. So the thing
exactly. Or wide pin. I love the wide pin.
Instead of big, look at me every single time. It's like, I trust you, you trust me. If your dude's above you, when you set the wide pin, I'm throwing it to the rim. Don't even worry about the pin. But if you're below you, I'm throwing it to the guard every single time.
There you go.
It's real simple. I'm going to do the very opposite of what he's doing.
Exactly. But see, this is why we do buckets and breakdowns. You know, we know these things. We got to pass this on to these young players or coaches. Some of these coaches don't know these little nuances that you're bringing up right now. So
yeah, man. I'm at the I got some shit. I tell you that.
I know you do. That's why I need to have you on.
Yeah, I didn't play for you got to think about the coach in Atlanta. You think about my staff in Atlanta when I was with the Hawks. So we had Coach Bud. We had Kenny Atkinson. Coach Taylor, Memphis coach right now.
Okay, yep.
We had Quinn Snyder.
Yep. High IQ guys that are all head coaches.
Yeah, we got Coach Evan, I think that's how he says his name. I've messed his name up all the time. He's in Basconia right now in the Euro League.
Okay.
Then we got Darvin and Charles Lee.
Darvin Ham.
Yeah.
I don't know Charles.
That's all on one staff. But I also done played for Coach Stevens, Frank Vogel.
Champion coach.
Yeah. I think they both won Coach of the Year, I want to say. JB. Bigger staff. You see what he's doing in Cleveland.
Yeah. Man, I love that squad just because they're not traditional. They playing three bigs. They doing old school stuff.
Yeah, he'll figure it out.
I love what they doing out there. I think they're gonna get a Bucks problems if they match up in playoffs. That's just me, but go ahead.
Yeah, I'm trying to, and it's somebody else I didn't play for. But I also didn't play for Coach Jay Wright with Villanova with the USA team.
Oh, okay. 2 feet.
And Coach Payton with the USA team. So I didn't have like the best coaches you can possibly have. So I understand how certain things work and what needs to be done and doesn't need to be done.
Right. So it's funny you say that because, you know, I always mess with you about this all the time, man. You know, one of these days you're gonna be a head coach, you know. You're gonna be I'm going to just go ahead and call it out here on Buckets and Breakdowns as he broke down all the coaches he played for. I think those are some of the things that organizations look for in a young player like yourself that maybe, you know, could still play, you know, as you see Jerry Jack right now.
If I don't know when this episode coming out, I'm still playing. I know they passed out them 10 that. Hey, I know y'all see me in my suit, retired. Hey, I still get my vitamin every day.
Shelvin is not retired. Shelvin is not. I'm talking far from now, but Shelvin's not retired. And y'all giving out 10 days. Here's a sure bet right here. That's going to be somebody that's not going to turn the ball over, make the right play, make the open shots, be the extension of the court coach on the floor. So
I'm gonna be a great teamate too.
Yeah, for sure.
Intangibles, the little things that add up at the end of the day.
And that's what winning is,
That's
right?
what, a lot of people don't realize that. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah, when you win a game, that means a lot of people are doing something right. So, but yeah, man, another part of your game that I admire too is your finishes around the rim, man, and your touch around the basket. You know, what are some of the things that somebody can do, in your opinion, as far as, you know, improve their touch, whether it's floaters or not trick layups, but, you know, just finding ways to score the ball around the basket.
I don't got none of that spinning. If I spin that thing off the glass, start to break, we in transition.
Not no tricks. I had to catch myself. Not no tricks, but just the touch, floaters, glass work, stuff like that.
Yeah. So one thing I did is I always like challenge myself. You know, like I said, a lot of times don't get bored. You know, the old school layup drills, the Mike and drill, like You can do the same thing, but I try to get it above the square every time. Just challenge myself in different situations, because a lot of dudes are athletic these days, and they'll come get that thing off that glass right now. So you try to challenge yourself. It's also harder for you to do it because you never did it before, and you just working on different stuff. Or even I might do a whole practice with left-hand layups. Knowing damn well I'm not shooting no left-hand layup in the game. But it's something different to keep my mind going and practicing on things.
And staying confident.
Yeah.
I seen guys do
layups in my life.
It's crazy because you know, when I was in New Orleans as a video coordinator, you know, in the summers, guys would come back sometimes, and CP, Chris Paul, he came. I remember one time he's like, I'm doing everything left-handed. And so sometimes we have staff runs and he'll jump in. He's like, yeah, I'm playing left-handed, everything left. And bro, like cold with the left hand. Never use it like that in the game, but that one time you may need it, you confident because you've been working on it. So
you put the work in.
Yeah. So I hear that, man. I want to talk about another thing too. Like I said, we shared a moment in basketball history. The man behind me, Kobe Bryant, may he rest in peace. I was in the building his last game as assistant coach. You were on the floor.
Yeah.
Talk about that game, man. What was that like? What was that experience, man?
So that is one of the moments that like I remember playing basketball. And I actually don't remember nothing about the game. That's the crazy thing. I know Kobe was cooking. I think the reason why I don't know anything about the game, y'all can get y'all's film out and you can bring it up on the little corner down here at the bottom. I didn't get scored on none of that 62. So I want y'all, I'm gonna put that out there right now. I didn't get none of that. So it ain't on me. But
no, I say it's so funny because that whole environment, man, I just remember everything. Like,
I remember all of the other stuff besides the actual game.
Yeah, the ride to the game. The sun was just brighter that day. It was great weather. You know, just going through the tunnel, like, dang, every step, like, dang, this is it. You step out for warm-ups. It's all kind of stuff going on. Yeah. You get to the floor, every celebrity, every rapper, well, not every rapper, Jay-Z, the actors, actresses. It's like, dang, this is like a championship game. But go ahead.
Yeah, so the one thing I definitely remember more than anything is that day Nike gave everybody the Kobe shoes.
The black ones, right?
The black ones, yeah. And and I was doing it again at the free throw. I was like, hey, bro, you sign my shoes. I'm leaving here. I need to get them done. So
I didn't even get a pair of those. I didn't even get a pair.
So I was definitely able to get that done throughout that process. But what you saying is showing up to the arena, you got Secret Service outside. I'm like Obama coming to the game tonight. Like, what's going on? It was that level intensity and the aura around the whole situation is just like, it's just hard to talk about. Like, and then the other crazy part about it, so I got in the middle of the season, I got traded to Utah because they're trying to make the playoffs. They thought I was a great fit to try to get the run done or whatever.
Yeah, that game was decided if they made the playoffs or not.
Yeah,
right?
It was a very important game for us to make the playoffs.
Yeah, it was a big game.
But the bull crap with the NBA and stuff was going over. Houston Houston needed to lose the game to make it. But I'm gonna tell you, no. But and they was playing Sacramento. But if Sacramento won the game, they would have went from like the 3rd pick to like the 18th pick. So they completely lost it on purpose. It was all of that. It was a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh man. And y'all needed that.
I needed that. I don't know about the rest of the team, but I was trying to let them up.
Yeah. It's so crazy because, you know, going back to that game from what I remember, and I haven't really talked about it too much, you know, but I just remember, you know, this is the first time I'd seen what's possible if everybody passes one guy the ball every time.
Oh, yeah. So not hating on my man. People don't realize this. I'm willing to bet some big money. I can take you out there, for instance. If we can put you on the NBA court, if you shoot 50 shots, you gonna put some numbers up.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I'm gonna put something up. I mean, I need pin downs. I need all the pin downs I can get.
but the thing is, I don't know if you in shape and how to. I don't know if you might miss 10. So Kobe missed his first 10 and kept shooting. That's why like Kobe's my favorite player all the time. He don't care about none of that. He put the work in and he's confident at what he done before.
I feel you, man. And honestly, you know, I feel like, you know, he probably I could have got 70. Like, you know, if he
was too fucking layup.
Yeah. Right. He's one of them. But you know, it was a dope moment just being behind the bench and just, you know, talking about it now. There was a dope moment sitting behind the bench where I want to say he might have had 56 or 55. And we come out, we got the play, and he stops Julius Randle. He's like, hey, Juke, I'm going to come off the screen. They're going to jump out, set it again. I'm going to be wide open. And he knocked down that 3. You know, remember that re-screen?
Yeah. That's basketball 1-on-1. Y'all want to break down.
Yeah.
Right, man. Whenever somebody going up the screen, you don't want to shoot it, re-screen it.
Yeah. And
wide open every time.
But it was so cool because he knew that what y'all adjustment was going to be after the timeout. You know what I'm saying? And he called it before y'all did it.
The effort in it. People don't understand that.
Right.
Like, you don't got like Tom Brady, for instance, right now. Like, he ain't athletic, but he didn't put 20 years of work of watching film. It's only so many things you can do.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're good and you confident in the time you put in yourself, you're gonna honor your jumper, respect your jumper. You're gonna lean towards that.
Right. Hey, so I want to ask you something else too. So this is some parts of the buckets and breakdowns. We talk about different moves and finishes, different things like that. I want to know, what is the best all-time move? And you only get 2. It's only out of 2 shots, right? The fadeaway or the skyhook?
I was going somewhere else.
Oh, go ahead. It might throw something up.
I need you to refresh me because I might lose it. All right. First, because I was going with, I thought you were about to say the step back.
Oh, no, not the step back. We're going to go to
the step back and fadeaway. I put them in the same categories.
Oh, okay.
Me and my friends have this conversation all the time.
So go ahead. Why you say that?
If you shoot a step back or a fadeaway, it means you're not open. Pass the ball.
That's true.
There's no other reason why you should be stepping back, because you can't shoot this motherfucker right now.
So obviously MJ made the fadeaway, effective, popular.
And my boy said it. So that's a desperation shot. It's like, I don't got nothing else. That's what I'm going to. I got good at it. I don't got no moves. I got to get good at that.
Hey, I mean, I feel like with the step back, since we talk about the step back, I think it's a matter of, obviously, okay, there's a lot of different ways you can use the step back, right? So if I'm driving left, right? Let's say I'm driving left. I can't get into that block for the layup, right? You're going to body me up at some point.
So
right?
That's right. You can't get to what you want to get to.
But if I hit you with that little bump, not that push off, but that bump, you're gonna be on your heels and you got to get back to your toes. I step back. I just got just enough space to get that thing off, right?
And that's the reason why. That's the reason why greats are great. They master those situations. It's like, you know, all my moves. You know, I can't do this and do that. I got to be great at this.
One thing I'm also noticing right now, Luka Doncic does this a lot. Is the when they close out from three, the jab, the pump jab, he kind of crosses left and then steps back. That one right there, it looked like he opened the way he breaking the defense down because they coming out on that top leg. He opening that top leg, they trying to recover. I don't know. I
got to see that. I see it. He shoots step backs every single time.
Okay, so the one that's just the one when you can see it sometimes. He don't probably do it as much this year, but
so his left foot is pivot. He pump fake, cross step with his right foot, then step back. That's how you get to the step back.
Well, okay, your left foot pivot. He could either jab right away and then no middle, so they trying to cut off the baseline, right? Boom, and then he cross step. Yep, step back, and then you on your heels.
It takes a lot of work because all that footwork you're talking about. It goes go the way.
It ain't for everybody.
No. But the skyhook, I don't care how good you are. I don't care how talented you are. We can get Jordan out there today. He can't hit 5 out of 7 skyhooks right now. Hey, bro, that is hard. I try to practice it one day. For you to perfect that is unbelievable.
Yeah. I agree. But
honestly, that's one thing. It's crazy. It sounds funny and weird tying them back. That's what I do to work on my floater. Because it's just touch.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah. I know I'm never gonna. If I pull this out in the game, that means it's 107 to 106 with 2 seconds left. That's all I can do.
That's all I got. Like you remember Avery Johnson? I stole the Avery Johnson hook. He had one where he used to come through on the left, and actually Isaiah Thomas was doing it for a while.
Oh yeah,
off the glass, a running hook.
Nah, I got different variations, but from the free throw line to straight on, like Kareem Abdul did, that is a skill that I don't think anyone can ever master again.
Again, it's over with.
Yeah. Nah, it's 100% over with.
Mm-hmm. I hear you.
That's all.
Now, what you think was more effective, the Aleen Iverson crossover or the Harden step back? See, I was about to get to that one, but
the step back.
Why you think that one?
Because you can use a step back no matter what body size or whatever. The crossover, you gotta be a certain situation, your body fat and all that to do that crossover. But step back, you don't need no separation. You don't need no body contact, or you can use the body contact and still do it. That's why sometimes you see on Instagram, you see big fella hit a boy with his shoulder step back, cash. With the step back, you're able to use different things. The crazy part is, I'm gonna ask you on Buckets and Breakdown. Do you remember when the step back came in? Was it D Wade? I remember 06 D Wade used to do the step back all the time, but he used to do it. He didn't catch it step back. It was like a stop.
Yep. You know,
and Paul Pierce did it a little bit too.
Paul Pierce had a cold one, and then Dirk mutated the whole step back with the one leg, and that changed the game too.
That wasn't a step back to me. That's just
a post.
It's just you getting a shot up. But I'm talking about like step back. Who's the first person to do that in your eyes?
As far as a step back go,
and it had to be somebody before James Harden. Did Ginobili used to do it a lot? I know he monitored his game.
Yeah, Ginobili had it. Paul had it. I was trying to go even earlier than him to see if there was anybody that used to use it. And that thing changed so much to sidestep now. I want to say, I was about to go super old school.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, not like that. I can't even think about anybody. I was gonna go like old school, like Dale Ellis. Shoot, I want to say Antoine Walker used to do it.
Yeah, I don't know. Antoine, that's Big Blue Nation right there. That's in Lexington right there.
Shoot, I remember AI used to do he used to do it kind of different though.
He did it like D Wade, but he'll snatch it back between his legs.
Yeah. So you're right. It's like I think D Wade may have been the one. I think
Gilbert. Gilbert used to do it.
Oh, there you go, Gil, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure, Gil.
There you go.
Gil had every bucket. That dude was a straight monster, man. When you see him in person too, you see how big he was as a point guard, how he could really come downhill and stop on a dime, step back, handle. That dude was a problem. Go through the contact. He was tough. But well, yeah, bro, I appreciate you, man. You know, I won't hold you up too much. I know you're on daddy duty, man.
Yeah, she's slowly waking up right now. Now, man, I appreciate you having me on the show.
Yeah,
but breakdown Ball's life. I keep looking at the. Hey, man, you got blue or green eyes, man. What's going on here, man? Hey, man, what's going on?
Hey, man, all I know is I look like I'm sleepy. I'm wide awake. I don't know why I look like I'm sleepy.
I forgot. Why? I wish I could blow us up. What's the color of your eyes right now, man?
Hey, man, they brown, man. They brown. Okay, they brown.
Hey.
Hey, hold up. My producer, before we get off, he said Larry Bird. Did he have to step back first?
I don't know. I got to check.
I feel like Larry might have had to step back first on the right shoulder.
Nah, he had the shoulder work. Oh, he's gonna pull it up on us.
Let's see it right here.
There we go.
The breakdowns. There it is. The Larry Bird step back.
Hey, I think that's just. Let me see.
Hard jab, step back.
Ooh,
That's Dominique Wilkins. That's Dominique Wilkins too.
With the push out.
Shout out to Daniel for throwing the clip on right quick. We need to get more of those, Daniel. We need to pull up some Shelvin Mack highlights, man.
On the spot, on the fly. Hey, all you gotta find. Hey, just find some floaters or whatever. Hey, but we in the auto. I gotta dissect this bucket and break down a little bit more.
Hey, man. Hey, I'm trying to tell you guys. Hey, listen. Subscribe. Tune in to wherever your podcasts are being streamed or platform, man. Just check us out at Baller's Life, the good folks there. Buckets and Breakdowns. I'm Thomas Scott with Shelvin Mack. You know, hey, he's not retired. He's not retired. I just want y'all to know he's not retired. He's just waiting for the right opportunity. All these 10 days, he's in it. I don't want to say where you're from, but he down south. There's a lot of markets out here. He can get on any flight. And he's just an all-around good dude. I want to say thank you, Shell, for joining us, man. But get this man a 10-day too, man. He should be in there immediately. Hey,
man, I want to say appreciate you for having me on here. Also, Daniel, appreciate you dealing with my kids. I know it's been rough and tough on you today. Hey, man, many blessings, man. Happy 2022. No, wish nothing but.
Yes, sir, man. And that's it for Buckets and Breakdowns. Baller's Life. Thomas Scott, and we are out.